Friends, let us start with the today's class, and that is on interest on delayed payments. This is in continuation with the previous video, which was on your types of returns. Okay, interest on delayed payments, section 50, that is what we are going to see today. So as per section 50 of CGST Act, interest will start accruing on a delayed payment immediately after the payment was due. It means if your payment is due, it will start accruing. What? Interest will start accruing. It will start accumulating, and you will have to pay that as a penalty, that as an interest. Right? This applies to both missed payments and payments not made in full. See, missed payments means fully you are not paying. Payments not made in full means partly you have paid but partly you have not paid. So partly whichever you are not paying, or which is still due, on that interest will accrue. Right? And what is the rate of interest? Rate of interest is 18%. The payment of interest is automatic and should be made voluntarily even without a demand. Okay, because if the demand comes from the GST authorities, you will also have to pay penalty. The interest rate not to exceed 18% will be determined by the government on the recommendations of GST Council. It means maximum rate is 18%. Amendment inserted here with the Finance Act 2019 with effect from 1st September 2020 said that in the case of undue or excess claim of ITC or undue or excess reduction in output tax liability, interest shall be paid at a higher rate not to exceed 24%. It means 6% interest they have again increased, and it is as notified by the government. To be notified by the government, I just used this notification amendment. Okay, there is important point. Interest said under section 50 was earlier calculated on gross tax liability. Earlier on gross tax liability, they used to calculate the interest. With this amendment, what is happening? It is clear that interest is calculated on net tax liability and not on gross tax liability. This is how you are paying less taxes after this amendment. Thanks to this amendment, you are paying less taxes. Only when the returns are filed within due time. If you are filing returns within due time but you are making payment later, and in such cases net tax liability is considered and not gross tax liability. Payment can be made later in case where you have filed the returns within the due time. But see, payment can be made later. It does not mean that you are paying any time, but not more than the prescribed time limit. There is a prescribed time limit. If you are not making any such payment, then demand can come from the government. See, demand can come from the government, and government can demand the interest through these two sections, 73 and 74. However, in case of case where tax returns are filed after due date and or proper officer extends liability as per section 73 or 74, interest shall be calculated on gross tax liability. This is additional point they have given. It means if proper officer says that see, under section 73 or 74 you have to pay the interest, then that will be calculated on gross tax liability and not on net tax liability. Hope this is clear. Right? This is the example given. Illustration, let us see. Arnab is a registered person and makes taxable supply. He has furnished you following details for the month 2021, April 2021, related to GSTR 3B. GSTR 3B we have seen in previous video, that is monthly summary of your inward and outward supplies, right? Or let us say summary of your outward supply and input tax credit. This is also good, right? So GST gross liability is 10 lakh. ITC available with him is 6 lakh. So what is the actual payment? See, liability is 10, ITC is 6. Totally, how much you have to pay? 4 lakhs. The due date of return filing is 20th May. Due date of return filing and payment of taxes both have to be done on the same date. That is 20th of May. Because it is April, right? So GSTR 3B, what is the, it is monthly return, right? What is the last date? 20th of next month. So 20th of May is the date. Hope you are understanding this question. This is beautiful question. Calculate his interest payment if he files return on 18th May and pays on 20th May. 18th May he is filing the return and paying on 25th May. He files his return and pays on 22nd May. These are the three cases given. Let us see. Arnab files his return. Case 1. Return within the due date. It means 18th May is the within the due date. What is the due date? 20th May. Within the due date he is filing return and paying on 20. Okay. It means Arnab is very good person. No interest is payable as return filing and GST payment is done within due date, right? So Arnab is very good person in this case. What is the case 2? Arnab files his return on 18th May. 18th May and pays on 25th May. Pays on 25th May for GSTR 3B. Interest is payable at 18% on gross amount, that is 10 lakh rupees gross amount. Gross amount means this 10 lakh gross liability, right? And what is net tax liability? 10 minus 6, because ITC is available, right? 10 minus 6, 4 lakh is the net tax liability. We are not speaking about net tax liability here. We are speaking about gross tax liability. Then what is case 3? He files his return and pays on 22nd May. Okay, he is filing return on 22nd. He is paying return on 22nd. It is after 20th May, right? It means interest is payable at 18% on gross amount. That is 10 lakh rupees. Hope you are understanding this. This is very easy and very beautiful case study. Very, very beautiful. You thank me later. Okay. Now let us go to the late filing. There are some important points. Return filing is mandatory under GST. Even if there is no transaction, you have to file a nil return. You have to tell the government that, sir, I did not do business in this month, and therefore I am filing the zero return, that is nil return. You cannot file a return if you do not file previous months or quarters return. See, you cannot skip a return. Like if you do not file April month's return, then you cannot directly file May month's return. You have to go to April month's return, file that, and then start with the May month. And if you do it late, then again interest is liable, right? On gross tax liability, interest is payable, right? It means what in short government wants tries to tell you is that you have to be very, very punctual, very, very punctual. Then hence late filing of GST return will have a cascading effect. Cascading effect means interest will start accruing, interest will start accumulating, cascading effect leading to heavy fines and penalty. Hope you are understanding this. Then late fee for the GSTR1 is populated in the liability ledger of GSTR 3B filed immediately after such delay, right? GSTR filing late fee, GSTR1 is auto-populated, automatically it comes. Why GSTR1? GSTR1 is outward supply, and there you will have to pay fines, right? And fine is fine, that is interest you have to pay through electronic cash ledger only. You cannot use your ITC also, right? So these are the important points that we have seen. There are some more important points. If GST returns are not filed within time, you will be liable to pay interest and late fee. What does it mean? If GST returns are not filed within the time, you will be liable to pay the interest and the late fee. Obviously. Okay, because you have to file the returns within time. If you do not do business, file the zero return, but file the returns. Interest is 18% per annum. It has to be calculated by the taxpayer on the amount of outstanding tax to be paid, and the time period will be from the next day of filing the return to the date of payment. That is the time limit. And it will get accruing means, see, late fee is 100 rupee per day per act. 100 rupees per day per act, that is the late fee. Even if it is zero return, you are not paying any GST taxes, but fines if you are paying, that is 100 rupee we have to pay for even 0 rupees. Hope you are understanding this. Per day per act means, see, 100 rupee under CGST and 100 rupee under SGST. Total will be 200 per day. Maximum is 5000 rupees. That is the interest. And there is no late fee on IGST. For IGST there is no late fee. This is given. Right, for SGST it is 100, for CGST 100 and SGST it is 100. Total will be 200 per day, right? And for IGST there is no late fee given, right? So that's all about late fees and interest. Hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you have any queries and doubts, please comment below. This ends your unit number 4. See you in next video that starts with unit number 5, RCU students. Thank you for watching this video. See you in next video. Thank you.